Why, as a passport bro, I don't move to Madagascar to live with my wife? Um, it really comes down to lifestyle. The lifestyle I developed for myself here in the United States, I cannot currently duplicate it in Madagascar. And I am currently working on and making the sacrifices necessary to be able to duplicate that lifestyle I have now in, say, Madagascar or anywhere else in the world. But that's going to take about 10 years or so for me to achieve, another 10 years. So I made a conscious decision to bring my wife here because I cannot duplicate the lifestyle I have here in Madagascar. Um, I also, even though I have income coming in, or I could sell a property and have enough money to start a business in Madagascar, I have to look at the culture and the way money works in Madagascar to bring in the same kind of income I have here. There would take a significant amount of effort that I really don't want to put out. I'll have to put out way more effort there to make the same kind of money that I'm making here, um, uh, which is not something I really want to do. In short, I'll be running around like a chicken with its head cut off, just chasing money. Because living in a place like Madagascar, even though it is a paradise in its own right, beautiful beaches, tropical climate, and cheap living, it's still not my it's not my motherland. It's not my home country. So um, I don't have the kind of support there that I have here. So being able to do something to duplicate what I have here would take a significant amount of time, and it's much faster and more efficient for me to duplicate or to generate the economic side of things while here in the United States before going to live in Madagascar. The other thing I had to look at was the laws in Madagascar. I cannot own property in Madagascar as an individual because I'm not Malagasy. I wasn't born there. So everything I purchase will have to be in my wife's name. And because of Western traumas of women divorcing you and taking half your stuff, um, I am just uncomfortable doing that. Putting out money in a country, buying property in somebody else's name, um, using 100% of my income, but that person is gaining 100% of what I purchase. So in that regard, I've I am cautious about doing that, especially up front. Now, once she comes here, if we have a family, I don't mind investing in, along with her in buying a property there, because if things go south and our relationship end, at least I know my children, would have and will be able to inherit that stuff from their mother. In that regard, so I'm not really I would be more inclined to invest some, but not all, because should our relationship go bad and she remarries and have other kids, well, then my kids have to share my investment in her stuff with their siblings, so I have to look at all that. Now if she goes ahead and I set up things up here where I'm able to, you know create a more successful passive income, and she use her money, whatever she works for, to buy property in Madagascar, 100% of her money, um, that's great. I have no issues with that. It'll basically be killing two birds with one stone. I would have a place to go on for vacation, and if things go south, well, then I didn't put out any money in that country. She did, and my children is in a position to inherit that. And if she goes on and have other children with other people, well, that's not my business. It was her money that invested in that to begin with, and so she could split that up however she feel among her kids. Um, at least that's how I'm looking at it. Um, the other thing I was looking at along the lines of not being able to own property, it requires that you there is a loophole where you can own property other than putting it into a local's name. Is to have I think it's 500,000 US dollars, where you're willing to invest 500,000 into the economy there, and then you'll be allowed to open like a get a business there, and the business can own property because the business is Malagasy, and you can funnel your money through a business. But I'm not sitting on $500,000 liquid assets to do something like that. And even though if I sell my properties here in the United States, I can have close to that kind of money, or if not surpass it a little bit, it would be irresponsible to do such a thing, um, just to move to a third world country to invest there, that kind of money, because again, it's tapping into my lifestyle. Now I have to run around like a chicken with his head cut off, building businesses, managing people, maintaining, all that, um, which will cut into the lifestyle that I have now. So it's another reason why I'm choosing not to live in Madagascar. I'm taking the risk of bringing my wife here. And I am aware of the negative consequences. I'm also aware of the positive consequences. And I made a conscious decision to bring her here. And I will live, I'm willing, ready, and able to live with the consequences of that choice, whatever it happens to be. And if our relationship is still going strong in the future, I have no problems moving to Madagascar once I have certain things in place where I can really live comfortably off passive income, like this, stock dividends, for instance. And but that's going to take about 10 years for me to develop. Now that I'm more conscious of it and really was looking into ways of developing more sustainable passive income. Anyhow, if you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. If this makes sense to you, share it with others so they understand some of the issues with living overseas. Um, that's why I strongly recommend, if you plan to live overseas, you get a job, or you have a job where you can work remotely without too many issues, so you could bring in the same amount of income while living abroad. It just so happened the work I do, I can't do that. And nor will I try to start over to do something like that at my age. I'm 47 years old. Um, I'm pretty much stuck in my ways, I guess. Again, like, share. Y'all have a good day.